Welcome back, folks. The Rip Your Face Off rally continued today with another strong day for stocks, and this time the move had some actual economic data behind it, as retail sales and manufacturing both came in solid. But even with that strength, several key charts closed, right in the kinds of spots that have been tripping this market up lately. So the big question now is whether bulls can finally break that pattern or whether the back half of the week brings another fade.
It's the ultimate standoff right now.
Exactly. You're watching the Stock Market Summary Series, and before we get into it, just remember that none of this is buying or selling advice. Get yourself a financial advisor if you want any of that. Okay, let's get into it. Think of this market like a freshly painted sports car. It looks incredible speeding down the highway, but underneath that shiny hood, the check engine light is blinking frantically. Okay, let's unpack this.
That tension is exactly what the data is showing us right now. On the surface, the engine sounds great because we actually got some meaningful economic fuel today. February retail sales jumped 0.6%.
Which was mostly autos and warm weather, right?
Yeah, autos, warm weather, and bigger tax refunds. And then you have the March ISM manufacturing PMI hitting 52.7, which is the highest reading we've seen since August 2022.
Wait, if manufacturing is hitting highs we haven't seen in nearly 2 years and consumers are outspending their tax refunds, why shouldn't we trust this rally? Isn't that exactly the fuel we want?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it is fuel, but it might be low-grade fuel.
How so?
Think about the specific drivers here. Warm weather and bigger tax refunds often create this temporary sugar high in spending. It's pulled forward consumption, not necessarily sustained economic growth,
I see.
But when you combine that better-than-feared data with fading geopolitical fears in the Middle East, it creates this aggressive short-term buying momentum.
So the engine is revving hard, but the charts are showing us what the car's actually driving toward, and it's not open road.
Definitely not.
The Dow is pressing right up against its 200-day and 20-day moving averages. And then you look at the Russell 2000, the IWM index, which just printed a shooting star doji.
Right, which is a massive red flag.
Real quick, though, hey, don't forget, if you've got a stock you're watching or a question about the markets, let us know in the comments. We want to know what you're tracking to make these videos more relevant if possible, and we'll do our best to talk about what we see in a future episode. And as always, drop a like if you appreciate these market summaries, and click subscribe too so you can stay updated.
Absolutely. We love seeing what you guys are looking at.
So back to that doji shape on IWM. It's basically a long wick on top with a tiny body at the bottom. Why should we care about a single candlestick when the whole screen is just a sea of green?
Because it's a canary in the coal mine for exhaustion. It's a psychological stalemate. The buyers threw a massive punch to push the price up, completely exhausted themselves, and then the sellers pushed them right back down to where they started.
Like they just totally ran out of gas.
Exactly. And what makes that shape so critical right now is the market's recent nasty habit. Like we mentioned yesterday, we've seen this exact pattern play out over and over recently, where the market pops early in the week, only to fade completely by Friday.
Right, the fade by Friday. And here's where it gets really interesting. You'd think with retail sales booming, risk-on assets like Bitcoin would be flying.
You would think so, yeah.
But instead, Bitcoin slipped 0.2% today, printed its own doji, and completely missed this equity rally. Meanwhile, safe haven gold surged almost 2%, while silver did absolutely nothing.
Those bizarre divergences are your flashing check engine light. And look at the US dollar index, the DXY, along with treasury yields.
What are they showing?
Both of those charts are showing long downside wicks. That means sellers tried to push the dollar and yields down, but buyers aggressively stepped in and bought them right back up.
And we care because the dollar and equities usually move in opposite directions. So if that rejection means the dollar and yields are gearing up to rise, that's going to immediately choke off the stock rally.
Precisely. Which brings us to the specific structures we're seeing in names like Utilities, XLU, along with Roku, ROKU, and Corning Incorporated, GLW.
Oh, wow, yeah.
They are trapped in symmetrical triangles. That means their price action is tightly compressing between lower highs and higher lows, just pressing right against resistance trend lines.
To stick with our car metaphor, that sounds like revving the engine while standing on the brakes. Something has to snap.
That's the danger. This is why Grok Trade's mentorship philosophy really emphasizes focusing on technical structure rather than blindly trusting a massive green rally.
So, what does this all mean? We still have lingering inflation pressures lurking in the background, plus tonight's Trump speech, which could just act as a wildcard catalyst either way.
Yeah, you never really know how the market will digest that.
Right. With major assets so tightly coiled at resistance and relying so heavily on geopolitical hope, you have to ask yourself, are we witnessing the start of a genuine bull run? Or are these charts perfectly setting the trap for a massive technical rejection?
That is the million-dollar question right there.
Definitely something to keep a close eye on as the back half of the week unfolds. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's market summary.